Hello everyone, this is Shubham. Welcome to a Cypress tutorial. And today in this video, we're going to talk about and we're going to take our data from the JSON file, right? So, till now, what we've been doing and till now, what we have done. So, I'm going to take a recap. We have used the click operation using Cypress, then type, and then we have done basic assertion in another test case or another spec file. We have handled our drop down using select keyword. Another thing is radio button. So one thing you people must have noticed that we've been hard coding our data over here, right? So like we're passing shirt, so we are hard coding it, and if you have been passing length, we are hard coding it, and the value which you're trying to select in the drop down, that is also been hard coded. What if in future somebody else needs to pass instead of shirt something else over here? What they're gonna do? So that is what we're gonna discuss about and in this particular lecture. So there's a concept of fixture. That is what I've told you, right? In starting, we keep our data files here. That's the concept. We're gonna bring it out over here. So this data file we're gonna create in JSON format. Just go to fixture folder and click on either again new file for. You can go and click over here. Otherwise, right click and new file. So suppose I'm gonna give it a name sample.json. So now it is a JSON base, then you need to keep your data over here in key and value pair. So this is gonna be the syntax. So first thing first, we are typing a product. What kind of product, right? You wanna pass it from here. So you're gonna write in double and comma, product type, right? Then you need to use colon and double and comma again. I'm gonna write shirt over here. Then next thing is the product count. How many products for that particular product which you have typed in search bar, how many products are getting displayed in that search section? So product count, we're gonna give a variable. After you need to apply that comma. If you're gonna use um, um, some other data, you also need to pass. You need to apply comma after first key and value pair, and then double and comma product count. You're gonna write same colon, oh sorry, same. Then you need to pass colon here, double and comma, and the value which I'm been passing is 1. So let's go for our this test case, and first we're gonna execute this, and then we'll move to our drop down. That how we are handling drop down also from our JSON file, right? So before so how are we gonna take this data's instance into our spec? For that, you need to use before keyword, which comes with Jasmine or Mocha framework. So what does before does? Similarly, must have used JUnit or TestNG, right? There are the annotations before test, before method, or after test, after method. So in before, you can have your any operations like URL needs to be launched or your data file needs to be invoked. Similarly, Jasmine and Mocha has also provided these kind of annotation. So you need to write before, then you need to write a function. In this function, I'm going to pass this, open this before block. And now, how are you going to call your basic data file here? Very simple, don't need to do anything. Just cy dot fixture. You see, Cypress provides its own folder structure, so you need not to be deviated from other places. And just directly call that fixture particular stuff. We need to open this parenthesis. Under this, what is our file name? It is sample, right? We just pass sample. Then you need to resolve a promise. See, the Cypress commands, which is basic Cypress command, that resolves promises itself. What is promises? I'm gonna discuss it in further lectures. But for now, you just need to know the promises are a state which returns object. For Angular application, the state of object is returned by promises in 3 states: resolve, reject, or pending. So you need to resolve promises before going further in such a step. Be it in Protractor, if you have learned Protractor, you must have known about this promises stuff. If you're working on Cypress, be it any JavaScript related framework or JavaScript related any kind of application development or automation, you have to know this knowledge about promises. I'm gonna discuss it in details in our further lecture, but for now, know that we can have uh, on a catch on this particular promise using dot then keyword. You write dot then open function. We're gonna pass data. Okay, so this means if fixture has been catching up or caught up sample and that has resolved, then go to this function and catch the data and open this tab, and over here we're gonna manipulate our data. So when you see this this particular thing, we what do we have? This data instance or data scope is in particular this block only. So we're gonna use the magic keyword, that keyword which we people have been using in Java as well. So that resolves confusion between class attributes and its parameter. We're gonna use this keyword over here. We're gonna pass any kind of variable, and then in this particular variable we're gonna pass the data which has been returned by this sample class, right? No need to for semicolon, it will automatically get resolved. Now you see in our sample JSON file we have given our variable name. Now we're gonna call this variable where we are passing our data. So shirt, right? You're gonna write this dot data dot our variable name, product type. I'm going to go and paste it over here. Then similarly with the count, we're going to go over here, we're going to write this dot data, and similarly you can have your product count as well here. Just using dot operator, call that variable product count. So see how simple it is to pass your data from a JSON file or from external data file, so that you don't need to hard code any particular stuff over here, right? Now it's not hard coded. If somebody wants to change this data, it can go, it can write over here. So suppose this particular line you have been using in your recreation pack or in your sanity pack or so many places, this particular product you have been selecting, and suppose some requirement has come up and instead of shirt you need to select t-shirt. You don't need to go and change the shirt or t-shirt in each and every spec file. You just directly go into your sample JSON and change it over here. So this is how it has been easy. Now we're gonna run this particular test case. Yeah, so it's test3.js. I'm gonna save this file. I'm gonna go to Cypress and run this test3.js. Let's see how it works or not. Yeah, it's trying to invoke our URL. See some kind of error we have seen. Okay, I guess we need to comment our import, which constant import has been done for before, Lodash. We're gonna run it again. Let's see our browser. See, it has invoked our browser and it has been trying to reload the page, and let's wait till the page loads up, and we'll see whether shirt has been typed up and it is validating the count from the data or from the external data file, the data we've been passing on. Yeah, it has opened the application. Now it must have clicked on women. I surely gonna click on women. Yeah, it has clicked on it, and I guess it's writing shirt. Let's see. Yeah, I guess page has loaded up. See, it has written shirt, and now see a session has also passed. See how easy it is to pass your data from external JSON file. It has picked up shirt and it has been selecting this. It has selecting that particular length of the product which we have passed from JSON. Similarly, instead of shirt, we're gonna pass, suppose, anything. We're gonna pass t-shirts. Let's see what happens. We're gonna save it and we're gonna re-execute our file. You can re-execute from here as well. It is gonna launch your URL and it has clicked on women. See, instead of shirt, it has typed t-shirt, and see for t-shirt also there's only one single product, so that has been passed. Now see, let's see whether our session fails or not if we are gonna pass two over here instead of one, right? We have saved our JSON file. We're gonna re-execute our test case, and our assertion should fail over here. I'm hopeful. And yeah, t-shirt has been typed. See, response it to have a length of 2 but got 1, and see our assertion has failed. and it is telling you exactly in the detailed message not enough elements found. It is trying to expect two, but it has only found one. So our assertion has also got failed. So see, every data you can pass it from your JSON. Similarly, we can do for our dropdown as well. See, the same code, the same before annotation, you need to pick it up from here. We're gonna use it in our test 4, where we are handling our dropdown and checkboxes. Similar thing. So see, this is the drop-down value we need to pass, right? We're gonna take the drop-down value. We're gonna go to a sample JSON file, apply a comma. You know the syntax till now, and we're gonna write drop-down value, right? That's the what the keyword name we're gonna provide, and double and comma. You're gonna pass this value. Now save our JSON file. Now this keyword we need to pass over here in box this dot data dot this keyword. Now let's save it and go and execute our test 4, where we have been handling our drop down and checkboxes. Let's see our drop down behaves in the similar way, the way our test 3 has been behaving when we are passing our data from external data file. Yeah, it has launched the application. It's trying to load the page. Now it is gonna click on some particular thing. I guess we have selected what, women or t-shirts. Yeah, just clicked on women. Now it's trying to reload the page. See, price lowest first. We have taken it from our where? From our JSON file and it has selected the same thing. Suppose we instead of price lowest first, we want to select something else. We're gonna go for highest first. Nothing. You just need to go to your JSON file. Instead of lowest, you're gonna pass highest over here. You need to save it. Come over here in your Cypress, either from here or go to your browser and refresh this test case so that it will start running again, and you will see whether that particular option which you have provided in your JSON has been adapted or accepted by your dropdown. See, price highest first. So this is how easy it is to pass your data from sample JSON or any kind of JSON to your spec file so that you don't need to hard code data again and again. Few things to keep in mind. For this, I have used before annotation. So need to keep things in mind that before annotation is gonna use over here. You can write it in your step as well, but I want this to be global so that you can use in any it block, right? The JSON file or the data JSON file which have been external data file which have been using, instead of getting an instance of the particular it step block, I'm gonna make it global so that you can use it anywhere. Then two main keyword fixture. Fixture is nothing. This fixture is gonna go over here, is gonna search for that file name, and then you need to resolve the promises. What is promise? Promise is a state representational thing which returns the state of particular object, whether it is in resolved state, reject state, or pending state, right? So this is what promise does, and when the promises are gonna get resolved, I will explain the promises in detail. When the promise is gonna get resolved, to increase the instance, see this data's instance is nothing but in this block. So to increase the instance and to remove the confusion between class attribute and parameter, I'm gonna use this keyword which is pretty known to everyone if they have been using Java or other particular programming language, and you can just go and pass it in this manner, right? So this is how you're gonna use, or this is how you're gonna export your data from external data file. In next lecture, I might go and I might talk about, or I am gonna talk about how these methods can be created, reusable method. Suppose somebody is gonna come up and he wants to check different drop down value, price lowest first, price highest first, and suppose product name A to Z, Z to A, in stock, lowest first or highest first. So that to remove the duplicacy, we're gonna rewriting this particular step, right, again and again. So to remove the redundancy of the code and to make our spec file, main spec file lighter, I'm gonna create a method and which is being called commands over here in Cypress. And then I'm gonna keep on calling that command so that we don't need to rewrite and make our main spec file heavy. So for this, we're gonna talk about in our next lecture. And till then, thank you so much. Have a great day.